Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Pocomoke City Mayor and Council meeting. Today is Monday, August the 4th, 2025. It is 6:30 p.m. Would you please stand with us for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Councilmember Toll, would you lead us in prayer tonight?
Everyone bow their heads. Father God, I just ask you to keep us and protect us throughout our day, our month, our year. Continue to lead us and guide us correctly for our city and our town and our people. Please continue to watch over us as we do your work and your will. Amen.
Amen. On July 7, 2025, at 8:29 p.m., the Pocomoke City Mayor and Council went into closed session. The motion to enter into closed session was made by Councilmember Holland and seconded by Councilmember Cotman. Councilmembers Downing, Tall, and Cotman, Marshall, and Holland all voted in favor of entering into closed session. The statutory authority for entering into closed session was General Provision Article 3-305B7. There was one topic of discussion at the closed session under the same statutory authority. The topic of discussion was to consult with legal counsel to obtain legal advice. No action or vote was taken. Thank you. Moving forward to item number 2, approval of the minutes. Council, is there any discussion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
The motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved. Thank you. Moving forward to item number 3, approval of the bill list. Council, is there any unreadiness or discussion? I will entertain a motion, please.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills as presented.
The motion has been properly made and seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved. Thank you. Moving forward to item number 4, Lewis H. Taylor proclamation. Mr. Taylor, if you'd come forward, please. Let me first apologize that I was unable to attend your celebration. Being a mayor and working a full-time job sometimes gets very complicated.
Certainly understand.
But I heard that it was a great turnout, and I also heard that my fellow mayors of Worcester County were there holding down the fort.
Yep.
If you could just come up here, please. Proclamation of the Mayor and City Council of Pocomoke City. Whereas Mr. Lewis H. Taylor is a lifelong resident of Worcester County and Worcester County Public Schools employee for over 40 years. Whereas Mr. Taylor is a graduate of Stephen Decatur High School and holds a Bachelor's of Science in Secondary Education from Salisbury State College and a Master's of Education from the now Salisbury University. Whereas Mr. Taylor spearheaded the establishment of the Worcester County Educational Foundation, which has donated nearly $250,000 to the school system and established the Stephen Decatur High School Alumni Association, a group which in 11 months sought and raised over $500,000 for the community. Whereas Mr. Taylor takes pride in his community by serving on many local boards and foundations, including the Worcester County Local Management Board, Salisbury University Varsity Club, Board of Trustees at Atlantic General Hospital, whereas Mr. Taylor has also been recognized as the 2016 Greater Ocean City Chamber Citizen of the Year and the naming of the Lewis H. Taylor Stadium located at Stephen Decatur High School. Whereas Mr. Taylor is a source of inspiration and joy to all who know him, who have changed the paths of many children and adults in our community and our schools, leaving a lasting impact on our future. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Todd J. Knock, Mayor of Pocomoke City, on behalf of the City Council and all of the residents of Pocomoke City, recognize the devotion, the passion, and the legacy that he has built. Be it further resolved that this proclamation will serve as a reminder of the career that will be leaving a lasting impact on Pocomoke City and the surrounding community. In witness thereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause this seal of Pocomoke City to be affixed on this 4th day of August, 2025. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Just real quickly, let me first say thank you to the council, the mayor, for this. And not only for this, but for the support of Worcester County Public Schools over the years. We can't do it. When I was there, and certainly now, the new superintendent, we can't do it without the support of our towns and cities. It's paramount. It's an honor tonight to look out here and have our Pocomoke representative to the Board of Education, Mr. Bill Buchanan, here. 3 administrators from all 3 schools who are outstanding leaders in their own right. I've had the privilege of appointing them and also working with them. And Mr. Stigler, Dr. Stigler, in the center there, becoming the new principal at Pocomoke Middle School. And also our superintendent sitting behind there. Now, to tell you how old I am, or how young I am, I hired Dr. Stigler, and he was a student of mine, Steve Decatur. And I hired Dr. Wallace, who is now a principal fresh out of college as a math teacher. And they both, as well as Mr. Hoffman and Mr. Postel, do an outstanding job. So I thank them, and you couldn't have a better representative from Pocomoke on your Board of Education, too. Mr. Buchanan has the heart of Pocomoke, as you all know, spent many years teaching at Pocomoke High School, and just is truly locked in when it comes to the needs of the kids here at Pocomoke City. So again, I thank you. It's been a great run, 41 years, 9 of them as superintendent, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm a lifelong resident here in Worcester County, and going to be around for some time, and if I can ever be of service, I'm open to all of our county at any time.
Thank you so much.
What are your plans? Because you don't look like the type of fellow's going to
No,
get quietly into the
to
night.
be honest with you, I've not made a final decision, but I'm 99% sure that I'm going to run for county commissioner in 26 in Bishopville. Commissioner Bunning, who is a relative of mine, is retiring, and that is wide open. And I've had a lot of people in that area talk to me about it and ask me to consider it. And I'm going to make a final decision by October. But right now, I'm on summer vacation. And so I have no plans for what I'm going to do the next day. But after the fall gets here, I'm considering a run for that.
I heard
Happy to hear that.
retirement.
Thank
I
you.
heard retire every day during retirement is summer vacation.
It is right now. Hopefully that'll work out. But thank you for that.
Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 5, authorization for new wastewater purchase. The first one we're going to talk about, I think they've got to get to the fair tonight. Okay, moving forward to item number 5, authorization for new wastewater purchase. We are going to start with A. Is there any discussion? Come on.
Good evening. So as everyone notices in their packets, I put together a kind of a memo of what's going on in our wastewater treatment plant and some of our pump stations. They're requesting the replacement of the current air compressor, which is about 15 years old. Now the lead time to replace it and to get all the parts in is about 16 weeks. So we're talking, what's this, August? Sometime November. With that being said, with the recent airflow study identified insufficient air supply reaching the sand filters, which is going to impact the treatment efficiency. Now, whereas Cummings Wagner is not the cheapest, it is not. But they have researched and contacted other municipalities when it comes to these other compressors, and we currently have the ones from Tate. And the other municipalities are actually having issues with them. With Cummings, it includes the installation, It also includes a warranty and it includes service, whereas the other ones don't include delivery, it doesn't include installation at all. So they're actually requesting permission to replace those compressors.
Are they looking to do it with Cummins?
With Cummins, yes.
So just for some background, Cummins is $34,390. It's inclusive of the full installation, warranty, and local service support. Where we have tape, that would be about $24,978, and that excludes installation and delivery. And then we have Dominion Air and Machinery Company at $31,143, and that excludes installation and delivery. So when you really think about it, paying just a little bit more for full installation, warranty, and local service support would make the most sense.
As the wishes of wastewater to go with.
It is.
I make a motion, we approve the bid for Cummins.
The motion has been properly made and seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved.
And
Ne-
the $5,000 range for the quote they gave us, so who knows now, we're going to
Right.
less money.
And I'm assuming the warranty and all that is lifelong, like the warranty and the service is lifelong?
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
yeah, well, that's what I thought.
Moving on to B, hydromatic pump for Woodlawn Manor Pump Station.
So I'm actually gonna talk about both pumps.
Okay, so let me ask a question before you get into it.
Okay.
What is the most sound and common sense avenue to take with this, whether we do a new or rebuild? That's what we want to hear.
I'm gonna say to completely replace it. I'm gonna tell you guys why. When this was presented to me on Thursday, I asked the assistant superintendent and the public works director to come because I wanted to know what was going on. Because at this point, when you look at the pricing and then based off of what we've budgeted so far, if we continue down this road, we're gonna be past the budget. So I actually had them get together and they brought me the list of what GMB had actually explain to them what needs to be replaced over time, because I told them, I said, we actually need to know what pumps, how long they've been down there, and is it time for them to be replaced? We need to strategically start replacing some of these pumps. So in my opinion and in their opinion, it's best to actually replace these at this point. Now, while there is no guarantee with a pump, nor is it with a filter, life expectancy is 5 to 10 years, but there is always that possibility that we get a bad pump.
Or we get a good one.
Yes, or we get a good one.
So I see pricing on 2 pumps here, both are single-phase pumps. One at $93.63 and the other at $68 and change.
Well, that's the repair cost, yes. And actually, Woodland and Jenkins, they actually have 2 different pumps. One is a hydromatic and the other one is an Embrea pump.
Okay, and both of those are,
And the repair cost is $963.64.
got it,
And then the replacement for Woodland is $13,901.50. And then for Jenkins,
It's common sense again.
we're
We
replacing.
haven't gotten to Jenkins.
Okay.
I'll entertain a motion if there's no more discussion on B.
Make a motion to purchase a new hydromatic pump for Woodland Manor Pump Station.
second.
The motion has been properly made and seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. Thank you. C, the Evera pump for Jenkins Orchard Pump Station.
Same pump?
Different lift station, different pump, but the same circumstances.
Same cost?
This one's actually cheaper.
$6,794.77.
For Jenkins Orchard,
Yes.
it's $10,386.
For the replacement cost.
For the
Okay,
replacement.
I see pump repair, yep.
Let's see. Yeah. I make a motion, we purchase the new pump as stated for Jenkins Orchard.
Second.
The motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. Thank you. Moving on to D, low flow pump for main pump station. Payment.
Yep, this is a payment. This is a payment request over $5,000. This is a pump that went up in an emergency situation, and it was repaired, and we just got it back. And they're asking mayor and council's permission in order to make that payment of $6,794.77.
Is this a spare pump or one that's in operation?
This one is not back in operation. They had a spare one at the time to put down into that pump station, so this one was repaired. So if something happens to that pump, then this one go back down into the pump.
This is the backup.
This is the backup. And each, just for a little background, each pump station has at least 2 pumps in the pump station.
I make a motion to approve the payment to Fremont Associates Incorporated.
Second.
The motion has been properly made and seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. Thank you. Moving forward to item number 6, hunting permits. This is dated 7/31/2025. Dear Pocomoke City Council, the purpose of this letter is to request access and permission to archery hunt Pocomoke City Industrial Park off of Broad Street for the upcoming deer season, 25-26. Thank you. Sincerely, Robert Telford. And we also got a letter, Mayor and Council. My name is Major East, along with Mark Spetta. I am writing to formally request permission to hunt on the property located at 1634 Dunswamp Road, Pocomoke City, Maryland 21851, as well as the city property on Old Virginia Road, Pocomoke City, Maryland 21851. We are seeking authorization to hunt for waterfowls, small game, and big game during the upcoming 2025-2026 hunting season. We are committed to maintaining the properties by ensuring that they remain free of trash and debris. Additionally, I will personally post the properties to prevent trespassing and ensure proper use of the land. Thank you for your time and consideration. We look forward to your response. Major East and Mark Spetta. And both permits were presented from the Department of Natural Resources, so those are already here. They just need to be signed.
I'll make the motion to approve all 3 for the hunting permits.
Second.
The motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
I'm sorry, we had one more, y'all.
Yeah.
Those that oppose? So moved, thank you. And then we have another one. Mayor and Council, my name is Aaron Bew. I am requesting permission to hunt on the property on Sheep House Road, Pocomoke City, Maryland 21851, for waterfowl, small and big game for the upcoming 2025-2026 season. I intend to keep the property free of trash and debris. I will also keep the property posted from trespassers.
Aaron's my nephew. I can vouch for him.
That's trouble.
I'll make a motion to approve Aaron.
Absolutely. Second.
The motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
I will
Be
have
safe.
your forms signed. If you guys could check back in about 48 hours and your forms will be ready for you.
Thank you very much.
Does that mean me and Mom getting some deer meat?
Sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
Consider it kind of, send a smoke signal.
I can take care of it.
Moving forward to item number 7, one-day alcohol permit. This is for the Reed wedding on 9/6/2025, the Anderson birthday party on 9/7/2025, the Fleming wedding and reception on 9/13/2025, the Price wedding and reception on 10/11/2025, and the gala Gallandez wedding and reception on 11/29/2025. How you doing?
Hi, I'm Tara Bourne, the new director at the Pocomoke Community Center. Thanks for having me.
I make a motion we approve all of those in total.
A second.
The motion has been properly made and seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved. Thank you. See, Terry, you see how easy that was?
Yeah, that was good.
And
But I need signatures, how do I, or
So
where do I do that?
48 hours,
Okay,
and Melinda will have them for you.
okay,
and thank you for matching those.
sure.
I mean, that's the way to do it.
I'm new, so I'm trying to learn and ask
Do it this
questions,
way.
but
Do it this way. This is the way you want to do it.
I've also, last year we only had 5 bars all year.
Yeah, we've had that many.
And I've put 22 on since I've been there, so you'll probably see me a lot unless we change that law or can figure out that.
We're gonna work something out, don't worry.
Forget the year round. All right, what do I do with these? Do you keep them or you have your own?
Keep those, Mayor Knox will give you those, and you have the letters.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank
God bless
you. Have a great day. Moving forward to, okay, listen. I don't like the way that this agenda is. Each of these need to have their own agenda item. So now, council, I'm going to ask you to amend the agenda.
Well, I see this one, I see 202601. I see that one. What am I missing? I see attachment. What am I missing here? I see.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna ask that they be tabled.
No, let's not.
Well, then amend the agenda.
I gotta figure out what I'm
I make
amending
a
here first,
motion to
because
amend the agenda to have separate entries for each ordinance reading.
I'll second that.
The motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. Item number 8, 2026-0-1, ordinance amending the city zoning map for 74.17 acres along Old Virginia Road. Ordinance number 2026-0-1, an ordinance of the mayor and city council of Pocomoke City amending the official city zoning map for Lot 1, Map 92, Grid 2, Parcel 210, consisting of 74.17 acres along Old Virginia Road, said property owned by the city, to amend zoning of the property from M1 Industrial and B2 General Business to Planned Redevelopment District, referred to as PRD Floating Zone, and made reference to by Charter 230 of the Zoning Code, Article 7, Section 230-55 through 230-60. Whereas the city owns certain properties located on Old Virginia Road, more specifically identified as Lot 1, consisting of 74.17 acres, map 0092, grid 002, parcel 0210, tax account 01-040332, as recorded by deed reference book 2529, folio 375. Whereas the city acquired this property in 1988 and was annexed to the city by resolution number 3350, effective December 21st, 2000. Whereas the city's official zoning map further classified this property as M1 Industrial and B2 General Business. Whereas the city seeks to maximize its development potential by amending the zoning district of the property from M1 and B2 to Planned Redevelopment District Floating Zone, Article 8, 230-55 through 230-60. Whereas the purpose of PRD floating zone is to accommodate growth in older sections of Pocomoke by encouraging and facilitating new development on vacant, bypassed, and underutilized land, encourage efficient use of land and public services, stimulate development including in areas suffering from economic and/or structural decline, encouraging investment in infill and redevelopment projects by providing flexible development standards that permit innovative design solutions, creative high-quality neighborhoods, implementing the goals, objectives, and policies of the Pocomoke City Comprehensive Plan, encouraging compact mixed-use development that is pedestrian scaled, whereas the subject property is further described as all that lot of or parcel of land located in the first election district of Worcester County, Maryland, west of but not binding on U.S. Route 13 containing 74.17 acres of land, being a part of area 80.42 acres, as shown and depicted on the plot of survey made by George E. Young, PLS, on October 10, 1996, recorded in the land records of Worcester County, Maryland, and Plat Book 148, page 64, and more particularly described as follows. Beginning at an iron rod on the east side of the right-of-way of Old Virginia Road, at the southwest corner of land now or formerly of Margaret L. Pilchard, thence by and with this said Pilchard land and the south limits of Pocomoke City, north 82 degrees 0451 E 1937.24 feet, hence by and with other land of Pocomoke City, Maryland, south 01 degrees 3327 west 1254.02 feet, hence S 23 south 23 degrees 0328 east 333.39 feet, thence by with the land of Ann and Mason, south 68 degrees 3747 west 1660.84 feet, to the east side of Old Virginia Road, thence by with the east side of Old Virginia Road, the three following courses and distances: north 21 degrees 3205 west 1,372.02 feet by the curve nearing north 06 degrees 1718 west, having a radius of 403.92 feet and an arc length of 215.17 feet north, 10 degrees 3144 east, 386.96 feet to the place or point of beginning. Whereas the property is further made reference to in the following exhibits: Attachment 1, State of Maryland Department of Taxation, Account Information Attachment 2, State of Maryland Department of Taxation, Account Map Attachment 3, Subdivision and Annexation Plot of the land of Pocomoke City, Attachment 4, Existing Zoning Map, whereas the city considers it is of public interest to be best served by adopting of this zoning map amendment, whereas the city is authorized by the local government articles of the annotated code 5-213 to enact and administer reasonable zoning regulations, and whereas section 4-201 land use articles of Maryland's annotated code provide a Maryland municipality the power to amend the zoning regulations and boundaries, and whereas the Planning Commission met on Thursday, July 17th and conducted a public hearing to receive public input and acted to recommend approval of this zoning map amendment, therefore being enacted and ordained by the mayor and city council of Pocomoke City that chapter 230 zoning is amended. Thank you. Just Give me a moment. Moving forward to item 9, 2026-02, ordinance amending Chapter 101 Building Construction and Chapter 230 Zoning Code. Ordinance number 2026-0-2, an ordinance to amend the city code, Chapter 101, Building Construction, Article 1, Building Permit, and Chapter 230, City Zoning Code, Article 13? 15, thank you. Administration and enforcement for the purpose of clarifying and making uniform the time limit and expiration of a building and zoning application, to establish time limits on permits that are not kept active or when they deem to have expired, to authorize the granting of time extension upon showing justifiable cause. Whereas Section 4-201, Land Use Article of Maryland's Annotated Code provides a Maryland municipality the power to amend zoning regulations and boundaries, and whereas the city charter, Section C-12 and C-24, authorize the city council to adopt resolutions and ordinances for the protection and promotion of health, safety, comfort, convenience, welfare, and happiness of the residents of the city, among other purposes. Whereas Chapter 1, Building Construction, Section 101-2, Application Procedures, Expiration Fees, and Exceptions, B, provides the construction activity can take up to a year to begin upon issuance of a permit and has no reference as the expiration of the permit. Whereas Chapter 230 of the Zoning Code, Article 15, Administration and Enforcement, Sections 230-101, Zoning Certificates and Building Permits, D, also allows 12 months prior to requiring construction actively to commence before the permit expires. Whereas the builders and owners on occasion have used this to extend periods of time to avoid necessary repairs, whereas the current language in both above referenced chapters provides no guidance on when to grant extensions and time limits on extensions. Whereas there is a need to make an affirmable code change consistent not only with each chapter, but with the language provided by the International Code Council, International Building Code, and Residential Code, as recognized and adopted by the State of Maryland, Department of Labor's Maryland Performance Standards. Whereas the Planning Commission met on Thursday, July 17th, and conducted a public hearing to receive public input and acted to recommend approval of these codes and zoning text amendments. Now therefore be it resolved to adopt the following changes. Changes are shown in capital letters. To be removed is to be crossed out. Thank you. Moving forward to item number 10, 2026-04, ordinance creating Chapter 206, adopting critical area zoning regulations. Ordinance number 2026-0-4, whereas in 1984, the Maryland General Assembly passed the Chesapeake Bay Critical Areas Law in response to the decline overall quality of the Chesapeake Bay. The state's Chesapeake Bay Critical Areas Commission was created to formulate protection criteria for the use and development of land areas adjacent to the water of the state deemed critical areas, and to oversee the development of critical area land use programs by local jurisdictions. This state law required that local jurisdictions develop and adopt their own critical area programs based on the state Chesapeake Bay critical area criteria. These local programs are approved by the Commission and reviewed every 6 years. Whereas the Chesapeake Bay critical area is a resource protection program that governs land use within 1,000 feet of a high tidal or tidal wetland. This program aims to minimize the negative impacts of new development on water quality and to conserve fish, wildlife, and plant habitats. Whereas on January 20th, 1988, the Critical Area Commission approved an exemption of a large portion of the city from the Critical Areas Program, but due to the growth of the city since that time, new areas in Pocomoke are affected by the Critical Area Program, necessitating that the city adopt a Critical Area Ordinance and Critical Area District map. Whereas the city is authorized by local government articles of the Annotated Code of Maryland 5-213 to enact and administer reasonable zoning regulations. Whereas Section 4-201 Land Use Articles of the Maryland Annotated Code provide a Maryland municipality the power to amend zoning regulations and boundaries. Whereas the Maryland Department of Natural Resources and Critical Area Commission staff delivered to city staff on February 9, 2025, a draft version of the proposed Critical Area Program ordinance containing rules and regulations for administration of the critical area program requirements, and with the assistance of city staff, has prepared a final version for adoption by the mayor and council. Attached hereto Exhibit A, entitled Critical Area Program, Pocomoke City. Whereas the Department of Natural Resources and the Critical Areas Commission delivered to city staff a version of a statewide based map attached hereto as Exhibit B, entitled Proposed Critical Area Map, Pocomoke City, on February 9, 2025. Whereas Chapter 230, Article 17, Section 230-10 and 230-110 and 230-111 of the Pocomoke City Code requires the proposed zoning text and map amendment shall be subject to a public hearing before the Pocomoke City Planning and Zoning Commission. Whereas a public hearing on the proposed Chapter 206 text amendment and adoption of the attached map was held by the Planning Commission on July 17, 2025. Whereas at the conclusion of the July 17, 2025 meeting, the Planning Commission recommended that the text amendment shown Chapters 206 of the Pocomoke City Code and the map attached hereto in Exhibit A and B entitled Critical Area Programs, Pocomoke City and the Chesapeake Bay Critical Area District Map, Pocomoke City, be approved by the Mayor and Council. And whereas the Mayor and Council have determined that Chapter 206 of the Pocomoke City Code containing the critical area programs, Pocomoke City and the Chesapeake Bay Critical Areas District Map, Pocomoke City, attached hereto as Exhibit A and B shall be adopted and set forth herein. Now therefore be it enacted and ordained by the Council of Pocomoke City, Maryland. This ordinance shall take effect from and after the date of its final passage. Moving forward to item number 11, 2026-05, ordinance adopting urban design standards and minimum design requirements. Somebody else, could you please step in and read this? Ridiculous. Just read it, just the ordinance.
An ordinance of the mayor and city council, Pocomoke City, Maryland, the council to amend the city zoning code by adopting a new article, what's that, 12, entitled Urban Design Standards in new section 230-82, entitled Architectural Design Minimum Requirements for Neighborhood Compatibility. Do I continue? Whereas the Housing Expansion and Affordability Act, HB 538, was signed into law by Governor Moore on April 25, 2024, and it became effective on January 1st, 2025. This bill was to provide an additional tool which Maryland can use to solve the state's 96,000 housing unit shortage. The bill is designed to address the housing supply and affordability crisis in a manner that is sensitive to local zoning, incentives, affordability, and target unit construction where it is most needed. One of its primary components is to prohibit jurisdictions from denying the construction of manufactured and modular home construction types in single-family zones. However, jurisdiction can require that these manufactured and modular homes meet all the same historic district standards or urban design standards that a more traditional single-family home would be required to meet if located in designated historic district, or if any urban design standards are applicable and are applied uniformly. Whereas the purpose of this text amendment is to provide architectural design minimum requirements so new infill housing include modular and manufactured homes are compatible with existing neighborhoods. And whereas the city has a diversity of neighborhoods and one of the largest nationally recognized historic districts in the state of Maryland, with over 700 residential and commercial structures with no locally adopted historic preservation guidelines. Whereas additional objectives to the proposed amendment are to provide a framework of our design guidelines that achieves the following. 1, establish standards that can be met through the placement of modular and manufactured housing and standard construction materials and practices so that compliance is requiring an investment on the part of the builder-developer does not jeopardize the concept of affordable workforce housing and infill development. 2, establishes standards reflective of the predominant architectural elements found in existing neighborhoods throughout the city. 3, establishes standards that provide for economical construction but do not sacrifice elements that will aesthetically improve the neighborhood and that strengthens the long-term value of the property and the neighborhood. 4, relaxes guidelines and restrictive zoning requirements in the city's single-family residential district, which would mandate standardized and or repetitive factory style or row-type housing within existing neighborhoods exhibiting such development patterns, thereby encouraging diversity in the style of housing and streetscape of a neighborhood. Whereas the mayor and council have deemed it in the best interest of the city to approve the proposed text amendment by adding Article 12, Urban Design Standards, Section 23082, entitled Architectural Design Minimum Requirements for Neighborhood Compatibility to the Zoning Code, and whereas the Planning Commission conducted a public hearing on the proposed amendments on July 17, 2025, and recommended approval of the zoning change. Whereas the council, after a public hearing and second reading of the ordinance on, unanimously approved the text amendments as set forth below. Section 23082, Architectural Design Minimum Requirements for Neighborhood Compatibility. A, general requirements and applicability. The section shall apply to projects occurring within R1, R3, and PRD planned redevelopment districts as defined by the Pocomoke City zoning ordinance.
I think you can stop there because they can go on the website and see.
They can get a copy or go.
Okay.
I'm gonna
That's
just say
too much
this,
to read.
and this is my opinion, I'm gonna have to interject and say, any text amendments are supposed to come before the mayor and council in a work session before we bring them to a public session. I'm not faulting the staff because I know exactly what's going on here. These are entirely too wordy. The verbiage.
This is too much. Too much.
And we can move forward.
On 2026-0.
Thank you. What is it, item number 12 or 13? Not a
I
little.
was about to say, I done lost my part where I was reading it.
On the original before we.
Okay, it's E. Okay, hold on.
It's 12.
12. Mercy, Jesus. And when I was looking at the
believe Andrew Illuminati, I said before, that we only have to read the opening paragraph.
No, we don't.
And that is correct.
Where's he? He's on vacation.
And the other thing no, I'll wait till my comments, I'm sorry, I don't want to get dinged, so I'm gonna wait till my comments.
Do you want me to continue reading, or are you good?
No, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Okay. Ordinance number 202606, an ordinance of the City Council of Pocomoke City, Maryland, to amend Chapter 230 zoning of the city's Code of Ordinances, and to adopt as a part of Article 12 urban design guidelines by adding Section 230.83 sign standards as applied to murals and signage within the city of Pocomoke City. I'm continuing on.
Yes, please.
Whereas pursuant to Maryland Code, Local Government 5202, and Charter of the City of Pocomoke City, the City Council of Pocomoke City is authorized and empowered to pass all such ordinances not contrary to the Constitution and the laws of the state of Maryland, or the Charter as they may deem necessary for the good government of the City of Pocomoke City, the city for the protection and preservation of the city's property, rights, and privileges, for the preservation of peace and good order, to secure persons and property from danger and destruction, and for the protection and the promotion of the health, safety, comfort, convenience, welfare, and happiness of the residents of the city and visitors thereto and sojourners therein, and, I feel like I'm reading a poem. Whereas presently there are very few guidelines and standards for signage within Chapter 230 zoning code of the city's Code of Ordinances, and there is no need to adopt a new article of the zoning code to include various design standards to improve the aesthetic and beauty of the city. Whereas there has been recently a resurgence in the artistic expression of wall art or murals throughout the city, and presently there are no guidelines to evaluate and permit murals within the city, and whereas the City Council of Pocomoke City are desirous of encouraging artistic expression by differentiating between murals and signage, while providing guidance regarding the theme, location, design, materials, and procedures therefore, which will not stifle such expression or otherwise infringe upon the artist's First Amendment rights. And whereas the City of Pocomoke City's Planning Commission and staff have developed mural design guidelines as reflected in Article 12, urban design standards, which are attached hereto and incorporated herein by the reference. Whereas if any section, subsection, sentence, clause, phrase, or portion of this ordinance is for any reason held invalid or unconstitutional by the court or competent jurisdiction, such portion shall be deemed a separate, distinct, and independent provision, and such holding shall not affect the validity of the remaining portion of this ordinance. It being the intent of the City Council of Pocomoke City that this ordinance shall stand, notwithstanding the invalidity of the section, subsection, sentence, clause, phrase, or portion thereof. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of Pocomoke City that a new Article 12 Urban Design Standards, Section 283, Sign Standards is hereby created as follows.
Thanks, Sam. All right, moving forward to item 13, resolution placing a temporary moratorium on certain matters to be decided by the Planning and Zoning Commission and the Board of Zoning Appeals of Pocomoke. Resolution number 2026R-02, a resolution of the Mayor and Council of Pocomoke City placing a temporary moratorium on certain matters to be decided by the Planning and Zoning Commission and the Board of Zoning Appeals of Pocomoke City, whereas the city's Planning and Zoning Director has the duty, among others, of analyzing and ensuring that all applications for site plan approval, rezoning of properties, and annexation of properties are in compliance with the city code and Maryland law prior to submission to the Planning and Zoning Commission and Board of Zoning Appeals for appropriate actions. And whereas the position of Planning and Zoning Director is currently vacant, and whereas the city staff does not have the knowledge or expertise to adequately fulfill the duties required of the position of the Planning and Zoning Director, and whereas the Mayor and Council are actively seeking to fill the position of Planning and Zoning Director by seeking and interviewing qualified candidates. Whereas the mayor and council believe that this is in the best interest of the city and its residents that a temporary moratorium be placed upon certain actions of the Planning and Zoning Commission and Board of Zoning Appeals until the position of Planning and Zoning Director is filled. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of Pocomoke City as follows. Number one, a moratorium is hereby placed upon action of the Planning and Zoning Commission and Board of Zoning Appeals concerning any and all applications for site plan approval, rezoning of property, and annexation of property. Number two, said moratorium shall be in effect until November 3rd, 2025. Number three, the mayor and council shall review the moratorium at the first regular session meeting in October to determine the propriety in extending or terminating the moratorium, and if extending, shall review the moratorium at its first meeting of each subsequent month. Number four, all time requirements mandated by the city code for action of the Planning and Zoning Commission and Board of Zoning Appeals are hereby suspended during this moratorium. Number five, the Planning and Zoning Commission and Board of Zoning Appeals may continue to meet publicly for discussion of items such as conceptual issues, etc. Thank you. You can tell these are written by different people. Moving on to item 14, item 14, 20R-03, resolution approving community legacy grant. Resolution number 2026-R-03, a resolution of the Mayor and Council of Pocomoke City, Maryland, approving the Sustainable Communities Plan and application and receipt of financing for the community legacy projects in Pocomoke City, Maryland, to be financed either directly by the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, the department, or through other departments or agencies of the state of Maryland. Whereas the city of Pocomoke City, Maryland recognizes that there is significant need for reinvestment and revitalization of our community in Worcester County, and whereas the city of Pocomoke City, Maryland proposes to develop a sustainable community project, the project, as further described in the application, purpose of which will be to contribute to the reinvestment and revitalization in the area, and whereas the department, either the Community Legacy Program or through other programs of the department or in cooperation with other state departments or agencies, may provide some or all of the financing for the project's financing, in order to assist in making it financially feasible, and whereas the sustainable community is located within a priority funding area under Section 5-7B-02 of the Smart Growth Act, and the project will conform to local zoning code, and whereas the applicable laws and regulations required approval of the sustainable community, the project and the project financing by the city of Pocomoke City, Maryland, and where appropriate by the mayor of the local subdivision, and now therefore be it resolved that the city of Pocomoke City hereby endorses the project and hereby approves the request for financing assistance in the form of a grant for up to $100,000, and be it further resolved that the mayor be, as is hereby authorized to endorse this resolution, thereby indicating his approval thereof, and be it further resolved that copies of this resolution will be sent to Kevin Bainers, Director of State Revitalization Programs, the Division of Neighborhood Revitalization. Thank you. Moving forward to item number 15. Resolution number 2026-R-04. A resolution of the Mayor and Council of Pocomoke City, Maryland, approving the Sustainable Communities Plan and application and receipt of financing for the Maryland Facade Improvement Project in Pocomoke City, Maryland, to be financed either directly by the State Department of Housing and Community Development, the department, or through other departments or agencies of the state of Maryland. Excuse me for a second. Whereas the City of Pocomoke City, Maryland recognizes that there is significant need for reinvestment and revitalization of our community in Worcester County, and whereas the City of Pocomoke, Maryland proposes to develop a sustainable community project as further described in the application, purpose of which will be to contribute to the reinvestment and revitalization in the area, and whereas the department, either through the Maryland Facade Improvement Program or through other programs of the department, or in cooperation with other state departments or agencies, may provide some or all of the financing for the project financing, in order to assist in making it financially feasible, and whereas a sustainable community is located within a priority funding area under Section 5-7B02 of the Smart Growth Act, and the project will conform to local zoning code, and whereas the applicable law and regulations required approval of the sustainable community, the project and the project financing by the City of Pocomoke City, Maryland, and were appropriated by the mayor of the local jurisdiction, and now therefore be it resolved that the City of Pocomoke hereby endorses the project and hereby approves the request for financing assistance in the form of a grant for up to $60,000, and be it further resolved that the mayor be and is hereby authorized to endorse this resolution, thereby indicating his approval thereof, and be it further resolved that copies of this resolution be sent to Kevin Baines, Director of the State Revitalization Program, Division of Neighborhood Revitalization. Moving forward to item number 16. Second reading of resolution number 2026R-01. A resolution of the Mayor and City Council of Pocomoke City declaring certain properties as surplus and to be sold through private sale, whereas the City Council of Pocomoke City is authorized by the Maryland Code and Local Government Articles 5-204C3 and Section C24B47 of the Pocomoke City Charter to sell at private or public sale any real property belonging to the municipality if the legislative body of the municipality determines that the property is no longer needed for public use. And 1 Cedar Street, Pocomoke City, Maryland, map 0402, grid 009, parcel 1487, Maryland tax ID 01-028464, and the city shall sell the property through private sale. Whereas the City Council has explored the long-term development of this property and has determined that this private entity is best situated to development the lot enumerated below, and whereas the private sale of the lot will ensure the development of this property in accordance with the need of the city, and now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and City Council of Pocomoke City that the following property is deemed surplus. 1 Cedar Street, Pocomoke City, Maryland, 21851, map 0402, grid 0009, parcel 1487, Maryland tax ID 01-028464, and the city shall sell this property through private sale. We will now enter into our public hearing. If you have a comment concerning resolution 2026-R-01, please come forward, state your name and your address. Council, is there any discussion?
Make a motion.
I just want to say one thing. We're declaring this property surplus, but we have to be mindful that no one has put in an effective bid on this property but besides what we received before. And the council has already, determined that it was null and void. There is no bid out for this property. I just want that to be stated, okay?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2026-R-01.
has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved. Thank you. Moving forward to item number 10, comments from City Council. Councilman Howland.
I'll be brief. I just wanted to, before our next meeting, we have Pocomoke coming up. We have Great Pocomoke Fair going on right now. I got some things I'd like to say about the Great Pocomoke Fair, discussions, but I'll save that for the fair meetings. But just ahead of time, I know they're going to have or moving around some events and different things like the combine derby tonight or in the bus derby, but just be mindful that everything going out there is done by volunteers, and it's only a handful of them. And the second year that they're going at this, every year they're trying to get bigger and better. So if you see an issue or you don't like something, it doesn't mean you need to voice it publicly. Share it with them. I'm sure they're willing to listen. And if you really want to make a change, help volunteer, because they're always looking for it.
You talking to us or the public?
Public.
Oh, I was about.
Everybody.
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 I'm still cleaning dirt out of my eyes. Councilman Marshall.
I'd like to echo Councilman Holland's statements about the fair. We've been out there a little bit of time, and it's been a wonderful event, and it will be a wonderful event. I'd also like to congratulate Mayor Knock on his win in the mayor's race the other day.
I don't lose.
It looked to me like the fix was in. The second horse pulled up lame about halfway to the, was you or second?
Well, it was Redwood. He had it.
Yeah,
The horse's name was Redwood.
Redwood
Yes.
never had a chance. But it was a great event, and the day of horse racing was outstanding. It was a lot of fun. The grandstands were filled. I'd heard we had 1,500 or so odd people through the gate, and it's a wonderful event. So I look forward to the rest of it, and thanks to everybody involved, all the volunteers. I have a little bit to say. If you haven't had a chance to get over to the Discovery Center to see the mural over there, I'd strongly encourage you to do that. Mike Rosado's work's amazing. And that mural is special because the closer you get to it, the better it looks. So that's pretty cool. Riverfest, we've made a little bit of progress on that. We've done some preliminary site plans and all, and I sent that to our acting city manager. She's got that. We'll act on that accordingly. And I guess that I put a lot of thought into this, and I've been going back and forth about it in my mind. I've talked to some people in the town. I've talked to some business owners, and I believe that this is a legislative body. The mayor and council are a legislative body, and I don't believe it is our job to interfere with the business, the normal business of Pocomoke area businesses. I believe we should let them do what they do. We're here to advise, we're here to consult, we're here to help, we're here to provide support. But in the normal operation of their normal business, I think we let the market do what the market does. However, I do believe that it is our job to protect city-owned properties. And I do believe that some of the language, some of the code is a little unclear, and I think we need to find a time to tighten that up. And I think the time is now to do that. And I would encourage this body to come together to make that happen. Because the clearer definitions our businesses have and our proprietors have, then we can all move forward in a cohesive manner. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Tall.
I've been noticing around town, we're trying to bring more efforts to the town, and as always, we need the community to be active as well as us. We can bring it, but if people don't come and actually support it, it's kind of null and void. Continue to support our Great Pocomoke Fair, continue to support events like open mics and things of that nature that come into the town, and I'm just proud to be from Pocomoke, and that's it.
Councilwoman Downey.
No comment.
Councilwoman Powell.
I would like to echo everyone else and acknowledge everyone that's been had a hand in putting on the Great Pocomoke Fair. I think the entire city has really been looking forward to it, and you all did not disappoint. And I'd also like to thank everyone that came out tonight.
Mayor, I have one more thing. The only other question I keep getting from citizens is about street repairs and road works and when we're going to start and where we're going to start and those types of things. So as soon as we can discuss that information and figure out the best process going forward, would be
Thank you. Moving on to comments from the mayor. I don't have too many tonight. The first, I'm going to start off with the Mayor's Business Roundtable. Not sure if you all have been monitoring my Facebook page, but there was a recap of some of the things that we talked about at the Mayor's Business Roundtable. And the one thing that I love about our city staff and the working relationship that we have with them is we had that meeting, right? We had it on a Monday night. And by that Wednesday night, our staff was all ready to work. So I don't want to put the cart before the horse in saying this, but I am going to go ahead and put it out there. One of the cries from our businesses as a whole was that we do not have an authentic welcome center here in Pocomoke City. Brandy got right to work. She found a grant. She sent it over to me and said, hey, what can we use this for? And I said, welcome center. A welcome center with fully functioning bathrooms right in downtown Pocomoke. So staff, thank you for the work that you do, the way that you make us look good. We have input, but y'all carry that thing out. And I'm proud to be your mayor, and I'm proud to work with you in front of the scenes, behind the scenes, on the side scene. You know, I'm just proud. So thank you for your work, and thank you for listening to the people without us getting together and without us getting together and assembling and coming back to us and saying, listen, we've got it covered. And that's what's going to propel this town into places that we've never been before. We've got a great group of people that work for the city of Pocomoke, and I'm so proud to work with y'all. The next thing I want to say is I had a great time at the Great Pocomoke Fair on Saturday. I was supposed to go back yesterday, but then I realized I had to go to church, then I was tired, so we ended up on the couch. But I look forward to joining them for the rest of the week. I'm excited about the endless possibilities. If you haven't been there, please go out and check it out. And what you'll see is you'll see the future of our town, where we're going, how we're moving, how we're making it happen. And it takes everybody to do it. They used to say, the old people used to say, it takes all kinds to make the world go round. Well, it takes all kinds to make Pocomoke go round. And everybody is doing their part from east to west, from north to south. And I'm just proud to be a part of it. I am a little disappointed in these ordinances tonight. I do believe that they should have came before the mayor and council in a work session before they came to the body, simply because they are extremely wordy. And let's be honest, how many of you can honestly say that you know in a month when we vote on these that you really know what you voted on, because there are so many words in this resolution, in these ordinances. Did they need to get done? Absolutely, because some of them were things from 2 years ago.
Some of them were getting old.
Yeah, some of them were things from 2 years ago, and I am disappointed that they're just coming before us now.
Gotcha.
But I do think that we need to have a conversation with Ms. Matthews and city staff before we proceed, or even having a work session so it can be properly explained to the public and to the body. Because once I sign it, it's law. And we don't want to be caught up not knowing the law. We do a good job of knowing what we're talking about. And we don't want to be in a situation where we don't. And there was one more comment I had, I can't remember what, so on Friday, Ms. Matthews and I attended the MML's Resilience Symposium. It was amazing. I get nervous when we go to things and they talk about resilience, because resilience in Pocomoke and resilience in Baltimore mean two different things. And oftentimes, us little towns on the Eastern Shore, When they talk about resilience, they're not talking about resilience here. Because let's think about it. In places like Baltimore, where transportation and the lack thereof, we kind of be community resilience. We have fun driving behind combines down here. You know, we have vehicles because of the geographics. But they were talking about flood mitigation, which you know is right up our alley. And they rolled out some things. I asked a question. I basically asked them, what new innovations have you all seen that we can scale in a small town like Pocomoke? They gave me a 2-word answer, and Brandy and I took it and ran with it. I've spoken to some of y'all. I don't want to say it just yet because I definitely don't want to put the cart before the horse, but we got some work to do, and I think that we can get it done. And I know it's on a lot of people's radars for our city staff, so they'll make sure that it happens. So Ms. Matthews, thank you for attending that with me. I would encourage you all next year when they have their next one that you show up. Again, I didn't believe it was going to be anything in that room for us. I was carrying out my presidential duties only to get in there, and it was truly geared to small municipalities like Pocomoke. That's all from me. Moving on to comments from the Deputy City Manager. She's got a boot on. Go ahead.
I'm trying to make this fast. Okay, so mainlining, which is responsible for doing our SIP replacement, will begin setting up where they begin setting up for Public Works this week. And the temporary mobilization will start August 11th, starting from Front Street to 7th. So if anyone is asking in your district what's going on between Front Street and 7th Street, it's the replacement of the SIP lining. Remember that tomorrow, August the 5th, from 5 to 7, National Night Out held by our Pocomoke Police Department from 5 to 7 in Cypress Park. Also, as everybody has stated, the Great Pocomoke Fair is still going on until August the 9th. Carnival rides daily from 5 to 10:30, and 2 concerts being held August the 8th. Montgomery Gentry, gates open at 6, and then August the 9th, Urgent Tributes to Foreigner, gates open at 6 p.m. Our next Riverfest committee meeting will be held on August the 12th at 6 p.m. virtual. The Monster Truck Show will be held at the fairgrounds August the 15th and the 15th and 16th. The 15th show starts at 7 p.m. and the August 16th show starts at 12:30. There's a lot going on that Saturday, the 16th. Pocomoke Boat Docking Challenge will be held on the 16th at 1. And then there's also a free skate clinic that will be held at 1 p.m. at Cypress Park. Children are asked that their parents are out there. In order to participate, they will have to sign a waiver. Also on August the 25th at 6 p.m. will be our next Pocomoke City Faith Community Coalition meeting. It will be held at the Greater New Macedonians Church at 518 Young Street here in Pocomoke. We're asking that all pastors and all leaders to come out and let's just all come out and actually contribute. There's a lot that's going on in that meeting, and I think with all of us coming together as a community, it's something that we just need to do in order to move forward in the city. And I'm going to kind of defer this one to the mayor. Is it still the Pocomoke High School everybody's class reunion in September?
September 13th.
It's in Cypress Park. Is there a time?
The planning committee will be meeting this week.
Okay. And that's everyone that graduated in Pocomoke. Only you had to graduate in Pocomoke City.
Don't come here.
So it's everybody that graduated from Pocomoke High. Then also the Pocomoke City Faith Community Coalition will be holding a citywide revival in Cypress Park September the 26th and the 27th at 6 o'clock p.m. And the blood drive for sickle cell will be held September is it the 29th or 28th? The 28th from 8 to 2 p.m. at the fire hall here in Pocomoke.
Is that sorority?
Yes.
They follow through.
Yes. Yep, so they have everything together, they confirm with the fire department, they're gonna be holding in the community center room. So you guys talked about the sidewalks. Come on, Michael. Gonna talk to, have our
Well, I'm
code.
gonna say before Mike gets up
Yeah.
here, I'm gonna just let y'all know that I offered to go out with Public Works.
Yes.
And help them replace the sidewalks. I've been telling them, get it done before it gets cold.
Cold.
I have been sending word and messages, and I told Bill to his face, get it done before it gets cold.
So on Thursday, we were out at the school, at the Pocomoke High School, and we met with a representative from Worcester County regarding the sidewalk, and we also met with Police Chief Hancock and as well as Public Works Director. And not gonna make any promises, but it is hopeful that the sidewalk from off in Cedar Street, what is that, CL? Councilmember CL, is that Cedar coming into the parking lot?
Yeah, it's coming off Cedar, and the first segment of it should join up Cedar Street to the, and it'll be ADA compliant to the high school, so somebody can actually utilize that. There's a space there that should have been done in construction, which wasn't. That should be the first segment of that. And I did talk to Dr. Wallace tonight a little bit too, following up on that, and we'll be getting together very shortly to nail down some details.
Okay. So me and Code Enforcement Officer Director Mike Wyatt have actually been going out throughout the neighborhood, and I've actually gone through your plan as well. So we've actually talked to a concrete sidewalk person, and the consensus is that we need to do the sidewalks first, because you have to do the sidewalk first in order for, because then they have to meet, the pavement has to meet the sidewalk.
I thought that was already established. Or maybe you just told me.
We will need to make it clear, because when this streets and sidewalks plan, people really want the streets. So we want to make sure that people understand sidewalks have to come first for the grade of the road to meet the curb pan to the sidewalk. So sidewalks will come first. I know everybody's concentrating on the streets, but sidewalks have to go, then streets come. When we do the sidewalks and the streets, we also, please, everybody has to understand, infrastructure is a huge decision on which streets get done. Because we're not gonna put, as people always say, a Band-Aid underneath, and then you got terracotta from 1920 still underneath there. People have to understand, that is a huge consideration, that you gotta fix below before you fix up top, because then you put, this year alone, just say we spend that $500,000, then the next thing you know, you have that 1920 terracotta break, and we got to go cut the street. So now you have a $500,000 streets that you paved, and we cut them. So only thing we're asking is sidewalks come first. Try to put your priority on what you got. Brooke, yours was excellent. I mean, it was like, wow. But put your priorities first. We're deciding that we, as a city, Public Works, anything that are meter related, we're gonna do. We're gonna do meter related. If we had to cut a sidewalk or destroy a sidewalk because of meters or putting new yokes or whatever, we're gonna take care of that. That's a smaller section that can be done by our guys. We've already got concrete ordered. It's already been ordered. It's already been ordered. It should be on the way to get those done. Anything over that, when you got to talk about putting strips in the middle, breaking points, you need a contractor. You need somebody that knows what they're doing. But please understand, when we're talking about streets, you have to look at what we've done in this city for SIP line. What pipes have we replaced already that are up to date? Those are the ones we kind of need to concentrate. It may not be in the areas that everybody is wanting, but it's the common sense area. If the underneath's done, pave those. Right. Pave those, because underneath's done, so pave them. We just you gotta look at that, that's the only thing I'm asking. You have to make sure that we do that, spend our money wisely and smartly, and then maybe next time we can get more, we're looking into trying to get more grants for infrastructure to try to get our stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not saying stop it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying to make sure we make good choices.
So Mike, it would behoove us to follow the zip line installation with the sidewalks.
Potentially.
But yes, that would be a good call, absolutely. That would be a good place to start. But I think we can, from what Ms. Matthews and I wrote around, there is some that we need to touch. We need to tackle like now, no matter if it's the zip line, no matter if we got to tackle some of the sidewalks. We really do.
I've seen those, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, we were out with a contractor and looking at one, and we're trying to work out things like that right now as we speak. So.
And I just want to say one thing, and I say this every time I'm riding through town and I see somebody parked up on the sidewalk. And I think to myself, when these sidewalks get fixed, you get a ticket for park. It is illegal to park on the sidewalk.
It's a municipal infraction.
You're going to get a municipal infraction.
Yes.
And we need to start practicing it now.
Agreed.
So that once the sidewalks are fixed, people are gonna say, whoa, I never knew this. I've never heard of this. So it needs to be implemented now. It needs to be followed to the T now.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Mayor, I just wanted to give a rec plug real quick. I left that out. There's a drop-in kickball for 3rd through 8th graders every Monday. From 3 to 4 at the middle school. 4th and 5th graders are outside, and 6th through 8th is inside, vice versa. And there's also a basketball clinic going on right now for the month of August with Coach Folks and Coach who does the girls team, Monique Douglas, and Coach Chris for the soccer team and Coach Brandy Castaneda are also doing a field hockey clinic, and everything's $5. Reach out to Miss Lori Becker through the Future Warriors program.
Thank you.
I wanted to also mention, on August 15th, we'll be having an open mic at the Pocomoke Public Library. You guys know it's over there by the old fire hall now. Everything free. Come out, even if you don't do poetry, just come out and listen or laugh, clap, whatever you gotta do. Thank you.
Thank you. We're moving forward to comments from the audience. Please come forward, state your name, the street that you live on, and give your comment, please.
Hi, I'm Jo Ellen Carey.
Good evening.
I don't live in town. I live on Bowling Road. And I just want to say, as the president's wife, thank you all. Thank you for going out. Thank you for participating. My husband is exhausted. And I do mean exhausted. And I have seen comments on Facebook about people volunteering at the fair, who's volunteering, stinging comments. And I would like to extend an invitation to anybody who is making these stinging comments about who's volunteering and what they're doing and what they're not doing to please come out. I would like other people to come get involved at the fair. Help these volunteers. Don't just say what needs to be done. Don't just offer advice. Bring your muscles. Bring your energy. If you can sit behind a keyboard and you have all these great ideas, get out there to the meetings. Get out there. They need help. My husband has a job. He's got 2 jobs, 2 businesses, as a matter of fact, that he puts aside to come and build this fair. I know there's no longer the Cypress Festival. That was one comment I saw.
Riverfest is coming, though.
Huh?
Riverfest is coming.
Riverfest is coming. Pocomoke, come back together like we used to be. I was born here. I'm from here. I have moved away and I've come back. Pocomoke isn't the same as it was, but we can make it back the way that it was. We all used to be united. We're a family. So Pocomoke, come back together. Let's do this together. All of us. We are Pocomoke. We are Pocomoke strong. Let's get back to where we were. Come volunteer and let's be a family again.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any other comments from the audience? If there are none, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
The motion has been properly made and properly seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right.
Well, stay here.
So moved, thank you. Have a great night, everyone.